No worries. This is Rich. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. I've spent this week as part of our soft apocalypse trying to learn about how to keep the glare off of my glasses. And basically, I've learned that I can't. It's funny, but like I know about key lights and like fill lights and all this other stuff, but it turns out that because I'm staring at a light, which is my monitor, I'm basically screwed. The only hope I have is to tilt my chin down so that the glass reflection, but then my neck starts to hurt after a while. So I hope you guys don't mind not seeing my eyeballs much. I don't know how else to fix it. I'm going to keep trying though. But most of the videos were actually about photography, not staring at a monitor. We are playing as part of Gauntlet Comics, which is a living setting shared between members of the Gauntlet community. And this is a 4 month long. This is the third month. It's the last month. The fourth month. Rich has got a calendar over here that he'll look at to remind himself it's April now, friends. The last month of our experiment, the first two, we played Masks: A New Generation, an amazing superhero powered by the Apocalypse RPG by Brendan Conway, put out by Magpie Games. And for March and April, we've been playing Power Beyond Doubt, which is another amazing grown-up, adult-themed superhero powered by the Apocalypse tabletop role-playing game by my buddy Jen Kitzman. We have gone through quite a lot. There is currently a reminiscent of particular Marvel summer crossover events about invasion and the like, and other doppelganger things like the crazy ending of Star Trek Next Generation first season that they just completely threw away all of the possibilities of that one. All that kind of stuff, where we have had the Leon and She posing as other as other people, as dignitaries and other supers in Gauntlet City. The characters have had to revisit their high school and free some folks. They have been accused of killing the protege / son of a very powerful superhero, and then convinced him to stop fighting them, and then helped him recover his protege / son. That was the end of our last session, and in the fight against the Leon and She who are holding that young man, it was revealed, but not with great detail, because of some kind of magical suicide, magical poisoning, some kind of magic that prevented a guard from revealing any specific details. But he said that the queen, the Leonin queen, is coming. So that was the big threat that was dropped at the end of our last session. And I think our last scene was Eclipse breaking up with Donnie, going solo, except also asking Donnie to pay her medical bills. I don't know. It was there was a parting, there was a severing, there's that kind of stuff, something like that. So let us talk real quick about safety tools before we jump in and talk about anything other than my excited rendition of things that are going on. We have lines and veils. Lines are content that we will not introduce. Veils are things that we're okay if the content exists in the world, but we don't want to shine a light on it. So if it happens, we'll fade to black or cut away. The lines are on sexual assault and sexual violence, as well as violence to pets. We have veils on death and endangerment of young children, graphic injuries, consensual sex, suicide, and lasting. Oh wait, no, that's not veiled. Sorry, I went one too many. We have interested in grief and loss, themes of grief and loss, as well as the possibility of romance between with PCs and with NPCs. So those are lines and veils and interests. And then on top of that, we have our X card, which trumps everything. And I say trump in a good way, because when you X card, we're going to stop play because some particular content bothers you in any way, shape, or form. I'm not going to challenge you on it. Just ask what it was or confirm with you what it was, and then we'll excise it from our play and continue on. So let's refamiliarize ourselves with our characters with a brief introduction of the player and reminder about their character. Sawyer, kick us off, my friend.
I am Sawyer, aka Ferret. I am a void of gender. I will accept all genders said with any respect. And I am playing Yuan Baylor. His gender is more Your Majesty, but he'll accept he, him. I mean, it's easier for most people. And he has realized that he has plans, which are sort of new. He's usually gone with the flow, but he's going to get the Fomorian court into our realm and set them up with a new kingdom, become the new High King, and his husband shall also be High King with him. But maybe he can also use them to, repel the Leon and She from Earth and do some good and help his friends out, because things seem to be getting very dire very quickly, all thanks to an uppity cat.
Indeed, thanks to a cat. Sherry, introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
My name is Sherry. I go by she, her pronouns. My character is Threnody, previously Elaine's subject. She plays a violin. It used to be a multidimensional AI violin, and now it is demonic violin. Well, it's a different violin. She's playing the Tarnished. So she is the Tarnished. This is someone who does not have the trust of the public, and many people think that she is a bad guy. That's just how it is, and she's working through that right now. Let's see here. I think that's enough to move forward with.
And last but certainly not least, David.
Hello, I'm David, David J on the internet sometimes. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Eclipse, also known as Maya Moreno, going by she, her pronouns. She is the Avenger, who is sort of kind of a Batman analog. She's going through a crisis of identity crisis right now, which I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say in comic book world. A lowercase identity crisis, and she is kind of questioning why she's doing this, especially getting back with this old high school team that she had very fond memories of before going pretty dark. They're kind of bringing her back. Let's see where it goes. We don't know.
So we pick up with a brief series of panels. No dialogue. We see Eclipse being wheeled out of Asclepius Hospital. Asclepius Hospital by a nurse, not by Donnie, because she's gone her own way. And I'm imagining the artist draws in Eclipse rolling her eyes, because this is what the nurse does, is like push you into you, get up and walk away to your motorcycle. We cut to Threnody. We see like there's one panel of the Endeavor's mansion, and then we cut to the crack door looking into Threnody's room. But what we see in that crack is we see the aurum, the violin, and there's a bit of like cool, sparkly magic to it, as if it were the focus of the shot, less so on Threnody. And then we cut to a panel, and it's the apartment building where Yuan Baylor lives with his husband. And then we drop into that very next panel, and we see that Yuan is having a conversation, goblets of wine, he and his two knights, and then there's another panel of Janos Farron, aka the Yes Man, aka Negatory, formerly of the Future Legion, who is washing the dishes because the group has recently eaten a large feast. Then the next page we turn, and Eclipse is starting to ride off, And as she rides past a park, right, we'll see like Asclepius Hospital as Rich kind of takes a glance. I would imagine that maybe she's not headed past Hollow Park, but perhaps by the park near Chanceville in Central West End. And after she goes by, there is this sound of brrr, this big long onomatopoeia, and the artist draws a few members of like a couple of frisbee players that kind of look around what's going on. We cut again to the panel of the outside of the Endeavor's mansion, and there are a couple of people that walk in, but they're not invited, so they think it's like the weird book/gift shop. And we see again the same onomatopoeia, and they look around, and there's a wind chime that tinkles, and then this like drawn in the corner of the window, like a little like Easter eggy thing of the silhouette of a cat. And then we cut again to Yuan and his apartment, and we hear that same sound effect. And Yuan, as well as his two lovely knights, Amara Sarbella, the Liberator, and Caldera, the Guardian of the Emerald Gyre, elf light, as well as Yuan, all notice the sound. Yuan, this is the sound of the herald of the Lianan Shi, the queen, ever-ending, never-ending queen. You know this is the sound that has been played to announce the arrival of the court. What do you do?
I think Yuan is standing up. Like his mithril arm is like a tuning fork at this time with the sound. Like there's like a resonation in it that is letting him know. And I think his hand is turning into that kind of mirror image it used to. And he is contacting Threnody and Maya. I think it does like the Star Trek
Nice.
Live Long and Prosper. And like one slice is Threnody, one slice is Eclipse.
Oh, I love it. That's so cool. Sweet. And so we have like the panel is kind of cut 3 slices, right? To where we see all of you guys in profile, but all in the same panel together. And Threnody, what were you doing in your room? Were you researching something? Were you relaxing? Were you listening to some music? You weren't playing Aurum at the time that Yuan reaches out to you, but what were you up to when you received this communication? Talking on mute. Yeah. I'm not the
I
only
have to
one.
establish it early so everyone knows that they'll have a whole
You
session.
just do it to
full
make
of
me feel
doing
good.
that.
Just want to make
Exactly.
me feel good for doing
I
it
make
earlier.
you feel better for earlier. It's
Thank you.
exactly true.
So
Okay.
thoughtful.
I'm there for you, Rich. So I think that essentially she was putting together like a little set of treats for Puppy Cat. Like not an offering so much as a, yeah, I remember you and I'm watching for you. Does that make any sense? She hasn't talked to, she was going to go talk to Lady Puppy Cat's mage, but with the thing, she will just kind of stand up and grab Aurum and go. But she will put the treats outside her door before she locks it.
Puts the treats outside of her own door or outside of Puppy Cat's door? Just making sure I'm
outside of Puppy Cat's door.
Okay, cool. Right, so right outside of Elena's. Gotcha.
Yeah, ladies.
Sweet. That is very thoughtful. And then
all happening too fast.
Lips, you are riding your motorcycle. Where were you going?
Is it daytime or night?
I mean, it's eclipse, so I think even though probably it was daytime, it's nighttime now, so you can look awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. She was going to. the old like boxing club that she used to train at.
Oh, nice.
Steam. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Sweet. It's probably some boxing gym in Midtown. It feels like Midtown's kind of old enough to have an old boxing gym. And we have a picture of the War Heralds. Oh goodness, this makes me very excited. I'm gonna see if we can pull that picture up and see. Oh, that is terrifying. That is like odd. I'm gonna share that for me to look at later because I may not. Yeah, Leonin War Heralds wearing skull masks and playing upon some kind of horn with wings on it. That is disturbing. I love it. Sweet. So, Yuan, your two erstwhile teammates respond to your communication. What do you say?
I think he's a bit worried. It's like, I was assuming we would have more time. And he'll like look at a cliff. Like, I think your journey to hell will have to be postponed. And then he stops and he looks at Threnody, or accelerated rapidly.
And she nods. Whichever seems most appropriate.
And yeah, I think this is like the panel when Snickerdoodle is at the window pawing at one of the trumpeters flying by.
Yeah. So yeah, we do like a pullback and we see a number of them. Wow, that was weird. Like you can see through my head. Anyway, we see a number of the heralds flowing through like Dementors, right? Just kind of these ethereal beings that are flying above New Gauntlet City. We cut across like one whole page of a bunch of other super teams that are like mustering up and querying, trying to figure out what's going on. This is, of course, our huge crossover event, right? Where one particular rider has a bunch of other buddies that he's getting together with so they can like kind of lean towards each other, but they can pass it through editorial. So this is us doing that. Totally, I got a coffee out of it, so it's good.
Yeah,
right, so
and like everyone, like there has to be like each team has their own like specialized artist for that bit of the splash page.
I like it.
And Yuan will look at the like, do you remember where you got the cleaver? Can you get us there again?
Well, you just have to ask your lawyer.
And he looks really confused for a moment at the term lawyer. Oh, my promise, Sage.
Yes. That doesn't surprise me for some reason. Yes, your promise, Sage.
And he'll, I think like he looks down at his hand, like realizes he could, close it and start new communications with Osborne Rock, but just pulls out his cell phone and starts FaceTime in the other hand.
Oh, you're going to call Ms. Osrock?
Yes.
Nice. Yes. Prince, I did not expect to hear from you. Are there problems with the parole of your friend?
Oh, most opposite of that. That has turned out excellent. No, I have something for you that I believe your kind intimately desires.
Say more. I'm interested in hearing.
It is a bargain. You called me Prince momentarily, or a moment ago, and I wish not to be a prince anymore. I wish to be a king in your debt.
Very well. What is the bargain that you want of me in exchange for what you offer?
And I think, he starts talking about how he needs to get back to where he found the cleaver. But and and I'm looking for, but like there's like that, there has to be that pause for like what this big reveal is going to be that'll help defeat the Leon and She. Like he really wants. I think what he's asking is to get back to that moment where Vladia was taken, which he will hopefully be able to use to get the Fomorian court on his side.
All right, let's see how you're offering a bargain, but I do think that you're ultimately trying to persuade her. So.
Actually, I have
you have a playtest
bargain for you instead. I am with my mighty shield. My -2 trust would be a +2 trust if I safeguarded the city with my bargain, but I would be overburdened.
Ooh, I believe that works. Let's do that. That sounds fun. So yeah, you're trying to defend someone. You're trying to defend. This is wild and like super high concept. I love it. So you're trying to safeguard. Actually, I need to change that in the move lookup. But let's go ahead and have you roll that. So you get to.
I got a 13 total.
Did it stay a 13?
Oh, it stayed. I think it's got yeah, it is stuck.
Well, what do you know? That's pretty wonderful. Sorry, our die roller for me, like future me, many moons from now, our die roller has now this cantankerous thing of displaying something and then flipping to another, and of course what it ends on is what's true. So that's a little frustrating, but also kind of exciting in a sad way. Good. So in Safeguard, which is our new name for defend someone, on a 10 plus, so see NPC threats on a hit, you keep them safe and choose one. And then you have an overburdened hit to choose from. That's on row 58 of the basic move.
Yeah, because I think I'm going to keep the majority of the city safe.
Nice.
And I'm also going to shift my confidence probably. But something destructive happens. I will leave that up to you.
Sweet. I like that. So, because that move is this bargain, then we just abstract out that you wanted to. What she was offering you was the ability to go back to the time when Vladia was under threat, so that you. Sorry, like walk me through. I want to make sure I'm
basically asking her to go back to the Fomorian court at its at the time it most needed a leader, like in the cycle. Okay. The easiest time to manipulate them onto my side, which I assume is after they lost their greatest treasure due to my friend Trinity.
Sweet. So it's the moment before they lose Vadia the Cleaver. Okay, sorry. Okay, Vadia and Vadia. Okay, we're on this. Okay, for some reason my brain heard that as a different name, and I was thinking it was another new character. You were talking about the thing. So
yeah,
Vadia the Cleaver, or Vadia the Cleaver, when it was taken from that time in the past, the Trinity had, through her bargains, snatched it for your benefit. For her, for Eldon Ginty, which like means it's legit, but you are able to step back into that time, and you wish to use the cleaver to kind of seize hold and become the king of the Fomorian.
Oh, I'm using the cleaver, but there will be 2 kings. And I remember Janos did not wish to remain a house husband.
Wow. Okay, so that's getting pretty uber and kind of amazing. So there are parts of the city that the Fomorians are unable to protect. I would like, here, let me share this with the group, and then I'll screen share as well. There will be 2 neighborhoods that will come under, that will be heavily damaged in the tumult as the Fomorian and Lianan kingdoms conflict throughout New Gauntlet City. Eclipse, which neighborhood is lost? You get to choose one. Trinity, be thinking about yours.
That's interesting. So what would be the almost kind of the business district? Would that be Grand Center or downtown?
I think downtown is definitely the heart of the diplomatic Aeon City Hall. Downtown West is probably the actual more commercial oriented of the two neighborhoods. So that's where a lot of the corporate headquarters are. Downtown West is where the heart of New Gauntlet City's business thrives.
Yeah, I think I got to go there. We're going to go with the economic downturn angle.
Nice. And that's right by where Eclipse is. So your bouts at the boxing gym will be interrupted because of titanic battles happening outside. I love it.
Yeah, I also bet Donnie's not going to be happy. I bet he has a skyscraper or two there.
I mean, there's where the best skyscrapers are. So
yeah.
Sweet. I love it. So we've got winged horses carrying the beautiful Leon and she, and they're being fought tooth and nail by Fomorian creatures and peoples on the word and command of their kings.
Oh, can I add a thing?
Yes.
Maybe? What if one of the, maybe not like the biggest skyscraper or something, but one of them is just accidentally through magic just transformed into this giant tree that's going to be there for who knows how long?
Oh, writing down.
And that was actually the Fomorians doing that to try to protect.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. Yes. The skyscraper starts to fall because of something that Leonin had done, and then all of a sudden it shifts into a tree, but it's like this hollowed out tree skyscrapery building type thing that people stay in. It like the willow, it bends somewhat, but then comes back. That is fantastic. And now Threnody, what is the other neighborhood that is practically destroyed?
Strangely enough, they target Hallowed Park as if they expected their enemy to be there.
Nice. That totally makes sense to me. Hallowed Park, which the place of the plague that had tortured the fairies and the fae of New Gauntlet City, where the plague had recently been lifted and a cure found, but now the park itself under threat, and there is fire upon the grasslands. The trees are barren and ripped down, and it is a out and out mess, a sight of a battlefield with divots and pits, and it is not good. So where is it, Yuan, that you meet up with Threnody and yeah, I'm curious. Where is it that you meet up with Threnody? I'll just leave the question there and you can answer it.
I think like Threnody is, if I may, it's like Threnody, what is your entrance? I want to have something of like the end game entrance with the Fomorian court.
Nice.
So my interests?
Entrance. Or like where the panel comes in on you.
I think what you see is that Threnody has ended up because you expansive defense and everything. So she cut to the other edges where things were still going on. And I think that you see her and probably going from place to place near the hallowed park. But it's like she's working with Regent at this point, and just trying to keep as much of the damage down and contained, and the Leon and she away from people.
And I like to imagine like there's a panel like your power sending back these Leonin, but it's like you're about to like you need to like re-ready your strings to play again, and like this Leon she's about to like cut her down, and then we just see this blank panel with 2 horseshoe imprints, and then the next panel is Eno standing proudly next to Threnody with Yuan on his back, the Baelor's Claw in the old spear configuration it was when he had been chosen, but a crown atop his head this time. and that's like when like the other unicorn riders start phasing into this reality and charging past them.
And I think Threnody is like,
I think we get like an acknowledgement, but that's about it because it's
he's got work to do, right? Still, throw my arms around his neck for a second, and then essentially she'll pick up right by your side if she can keep up with you.
Yeah, like of course, like Enos's ward bubble's like it's a different violin.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, sir.
Nice. Good. So Eclipse, you're in downtown West because things have gone crazy. What do we see Eclipse doing? Like, how is she fighting? It's getting dark, right? So we see all of these multicolored lights of magics being used and foul enchantments being brought forth into existence. And there you are, this like street level hero with an amazing motorcycle going her own way without Donnie in your ear. How are you fighting against these threats?
Yeah, I'm thinking. So she's trying to get to wherever Yuan was, but maybe there's like a page or something of just like the like montage kind of thing. I mean, I was trying to describe this cooler, but I guess it's just Batman Returns style. Just like as she's going in this motorcycle, and then some kind of cable shoots out and goes around a thing to make her turn extra fast, and doing that makes her maybe these like satyr-like creatures were just like galloping to get some random passerby, and they trip over this cable at the same time.
Nice. I like it. You know what? Let's just see what good shape you're in, because we always like for you to struggle because you're a Batman character. So let's see you do some direct confrontation here, unless you were seeing that as specifically trying to safeguard those the people that are being attacked by the satyrs. Which do you think is more appropriate for what you were trying to accomplish there?
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like I don't think this will help me in any case, but almost I could make a case for push your limits too, but I feel maybe probably safeguard more.
I'm on the doorstep of push your limits, but I didn't want, because like the thing is that's big, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to have you have to push your limits just to meet up with the other player characters. So we'll keep the stakes just a wee bit smaller for this particular move. But
yeah, that makes sense to me.
That's there. It's more on the doorstep of that, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So especially since I'm pretty trustworthy now, I think I'll risk the safeguard.
Okay. Awesome. Let's see you safeguard these individuals. So safeguard is a trust related thing. Your trust is a 1 and you're using power, which is a 0. So go ahead.
Yeah, this is the glitch is helping me out. That was good. I rolled really low and that switched to something really high. So
the glitch pans out.
So that gives me a 10.
Okay. On a hit, for NPC threats on a hit, you keep them safe and choose 1. On a 7 to 9, it costs you, so you get no cost. Do you want to give a teammate an opportunity to make someone you protect a touchstone, or shift your confidence or trust?
I think the thing that would make most sense is just shifting my confidence or trust.
I think that makes a great deal of sense. That is a very wise choice on your part.
Feeling pretty confident, I think.
All right, so now you have a confidence of 1. Don't forget to do that. Yep, you did. You did that on the characters tab. Good work. So you take care of some satyrs that are threatening, we'll say, a woman in a power suit and a few guys in some like red tie, blue suit, pinstripe suits there that were trying to run away. You safeguard them and get them to head down to, maybe they head down to an underground area for maybe the subway or something, and then you ride on. And Juwan, are you in Hallowed Park at this point? Is that where Eclipse meets with you?
That sounds good to me, if it's good to Eclipse.
Cool. So Eclipse, you ride in hard and heavy, and I think as you're on your way, you hear over your headset, right? You don't have the HUD's up display. The HUD's not up or anything like that because supposedly you've broken up with Donnie, but you hear Donnie in your ears. He says, "Hey, Eclipse, if there's anything you need, just let me know. I'm giving you your space, but this is kind of big."
Yeah, and I think she's just as she's driving, I guess. Oh, maybe it's just the motorcycle helmet kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, yeah, it's still stuck in this. But she's like, all right, Donnie, thanks. I'm going to be okay, but make sure you're safe too. Still trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is some magic shit. So ask Trinity.
On it.
Sweet. So you arrive to see Trinity. I'm imagining that Trinity with Aurum. How is it that you are dispatching some Leon and she? I think they're like wicked ensorcel beings that they have summoned in. So they have this like eldritch green light to them. They're more like apparitions that have been created that are attacking you. So what does it look like when Threndi and Aurum dispatch them?
A hole opens beneath them, and you hear like the roaring of flames, and then you see them pulled down.
Nice. Cool. And after they disappear, you see clearly the headlight of Eclipse's motorcycle. She zooms in, barely making a sound, unless it's dramatically convenient or we have a really cool onomatopoeia that we want to use. And Eclipse, you're on the scene. You see Trinity, and Yuan is wearing a crown. You've never seen that before. He's attended by his 2 knights you've seen before, but many other Fomorians. Now, Sawyer, let me check in just real quick to make sure that I have the same kind of visual reference dictionary in my head. But to me, the Leonin are kind of elfin and beautiful and refined and shape-shifting and ageless, whereas the Fomorian are more like trolls and kind of those fairy monsters of yore. Is that the same visual reference you have, or is there something you can use to help me refine that?
The
we have a
Fomorian,
whole-
I see they're very big into like adopting people. So they do have a lot of the monstrous looks, but like it is very, very different. On like the Leon and she are like all beautiful. Everyone here like has their own characteristics. More, there are beautiful people, there are ugly people, but they're all working together. It's all like a functional family versus a dysfunctional family.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love these pictures of like the goat-headed person, and we've got this like obvious tiefling and a heavily scarred royal of some kind and a woman with a panther. Yeah, this visual reference. Yeah, I did not do justice in my words, but I feel like this is great. Thank you so much for this Pinterest board. Very helpful. Awesome. A lot of level devil imagery going on there. Huh. Tie to Threnody, perhaps. Sweet. So Eclipse, yeah, you see the many other folks who are attending Yuan and the crown on his head when you arrive. What do you do?
Threnody?
Did I say Threnody? I meant Eclipse. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and there's not battle, or is there battle going on? Yeah, there is, right? Yeah. I think she's got to just make this entrance with the motorcycle, and then maybe do just the running. I mean, motoring leap off of this to maybe do an attack against someone that was like maybe right behind you on or something, and then do the backflip back, and she's ready to fight.
Okay, cool. I just wondered if you had a one-liner for Yuan's new crown, because
yeah, maybe when she's next to him, she's like, oh man, let's see, what I want to make a prom queen joke. I think she's like, oh, you look almost as good in that crown as I did on prom night.
Oh, that's great. That's good. I think you broke Sawyer. That's great.
That's lovely. I was going to say, like, there's a Billie Eilish reference in there somewhere, but that was better.
Elflight says, my king, the queen, has yet to arrive. It seems as if this is only her honor guard and those she has sent ahead to weaken us.
We need to find a way to draw her into the battle. We need to find the weapon that she would fear the most.
I think that's when Amara will volunteer that she must fear the cleaver.
Yeah, and we know who has the cleaver that Yuan gifted to him.
Yeah. We cut to Negatory, and he looks down. Yeah. Okay. What do I need to do? Yuan, what I need to do to bring the queen here? We got to stop this.
And I think, what would I think that that's the moment, like we hear the I think it's going to be a push your limits moment, but we hear the Fey beast roar of the Jabberwocky that starts appearing through the flames and fires of burning Hallowed Park.
Oof.
And he readies his lance and I think hops off Enosh as he looks at Janosch. Fight by my side. That is what I ask, husband.
Of course.
And I'm going to push my limits to tame this Jabberwocky. Or I think, to basically do like the ultimate Fey call out of we have your ultimate weapon, now fight us.
Nice.
So I'm going to bet 3 points of confidence, which will take me down to -1 confidence if this goes right.
If this goes well, actually, if it goes really right, you may be able to keep what you wagered, but we will see. So, in case you guys are wondering, the push your limits is on row 62 of the basic moves.
Thank you.
So let's see how this goes. Oh, that is an 11.
Dang it.
Oh, no, wait, that is a 12.
Yeah, you wagered 3?
3, yeah, it's a 12.
Okay, on a 12 plus, you get your bid back. Shift 1 on a track of your choice and do what you set out to do.
Oh, well. Oh, that won't push me over because I can shift my trust.
Yeah, you should shift your trust, even though for certain moves that makes it worse off. I just realized I was doing my Hall of Justice background as a joke, but I should probably not. We're not at the Hall of Justice. Hold on. Sorry. A silly joke. Where was my background that I liked for this? Here we go. Bam. Awesome. Meanwhile, the Hall of Justice. Wrong comic book company. Sorry. Sweet. You won. What does this look like? Like the Jabberwocky, is it a gargantuan dragon? Because it's the Jabberwocky, so I've seen many.
This is like a. I imagine it is a draconic beast, but like those guest artists we have, each will draw it like it's a shape-shifting one. It'll go from like wyvern to western dragon to eastern dragon in each panel.
Nice.
It's like to try and throw us off. And I think like every time Yuan or Janosch is just at its throat with these weapons until it finally bows down, not before Yuan, but before Janosch, the keeper of the axe. And now Janosch has his own Enos to ride. Only his is a fucking Jabberwocky.
He like holds the axe aloft and screams out, "Snicker snack, bitches!"
Yeah, I think Enos like comes up, is like by Yuan's side. Yuan's like tearing up. That is the man I married.
Oh yeah, Bill Sienkiewicz drawing the Jabberwocky would give me nightmares. That's great. Such a good call out. Bill Sienkiewicz is a great artist. For anybody who doesn't know, like look up his stuff on New Mutants, especially like the way he drew Warlock. It was amazing. So yes, good call. Sweet. So you have tamed and defeated the Jabberwock, which will draw forth the never-ending queen of the Liaonan Shi. She rides upon an impossible steed. She has an unluck dragon, cause that's terrifying, right? It is beautiful in its own way. It looks somewhat like a Fu lion, but a long Chinese dragon body. It has no wings, so we're not sure how it flies. And she is regal and beautiful in a very dark way. And I have a cool picture for our queen. Let me share that with you, my friends. This is the never-ending Liaonan Shi queen. Of course, her hair is like hiding her pointed ears there. But she also, yes, she does have a raven. She, upon her unlocked dragon, comes through a portal that has similar effects to the portal that you guys went into at the high school at Hope Academy. Similar style of magic. Threnody Aurum darkens, and the luster and the gold of Aurum seems to dim and become tarnished in the presence of this. What do you do?
Is it a bargain that has been struck?
I think it may be a bargain.
It's interesting. I think she goes, I think she says to Aurum, "Well, I get you. I think we'll both have to live with the consequences then." And yeah, I think she's gonna pull the hair, the strings out of the violin.
Well, that seems like a very desperate ploy.
No, makes complete sense. He's taking its voice away for the duration of it. So won't have any voice. until she gives it back.
Think that's a direct confrontation with Aurum, is it not?
Okay.
All right, it is a confidence-aligned move. Your confidence is a 0. You're using daring. Your daring is a 0. This is just a straight-up roll, unless someone wished to help you.
Did they have to help before?
I've played where you can help after, so I'm okay if you want to roll with no bonus. All by yourself.
With the dice roller that is made.
The dice roller of sadness and tragedy.
It gave me a 7.
Did it?
What do you see?
I see a 10. That's so weird.
Oh, where do you see a 10 at? Under Eclipse or under Threnody?
Under Threnody.
Wow. I wish I saw that.
I literally see this right here.
Last roll total is 3, it says, but that's not true.
Are we in the same room? Seriously tough man?
Oh no, I'm in a different one. I'm in Intensely Massive Slug.
I think that was the old one. Well, it's a bad roll, so what do you complain about? Just hush now.
Okay.
Just to check in, David,
No.
Sawyer, are you guys using Seriously Tough Man? Okay, cool. So let's all get on the same die roller, and that roll doesn't.
Okay. So I have to roll again?
You do.
Okay, I will do that thing.
Thanks for this Pinterest board, by the way, Sawyer.
It's okay. 7 was clearly what I was supposed to get because I
You
got
were
it again.
fated to roll a 7. A
Exactly.
7 on direct confrontation allows you to choose 1. That's on row 55 of the basic moves. You can resist or
Okay.
avoid their blows, take something from them, which sounds like that's what you were doing, create an opening, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. So what were you doing?
Take something from them.
Take their voice. And I think that there is, I think you're going to swap blows, as it were. So there is some feedback, right? There's some pain involved here. The strings themselves come to life like little razors slicing at your hands. And I'm going to adjust one of your tracks. I am going to take your... I think I'm going to steal a bit of your confidence. People think you look crazy. You're ripping apart your single instrument, the thing you said that is the source of all your magic. So there
To
you go. Oh, all the people that are watching it, the populace, the people reading the comic, all those people.
Oh, okay. Yes. I've handicapped myself.
You have, but you've stolen Aurum's voice. Whatever wicked bargain it had with the queen is now inviolate. So, Eclipse, there's this beautiful elfin woman on a dragon, and Yuan is on Enosh again, and you see Janosch is on another dragon, and it looks like they're going to be fighting. What are you doing, you regular person? You're like Hawkeye in Avengers. What are you doing?
Well, one thing that I have over Hawkeye is that I do have some slight powers.
You do. You've got light control.
I do. So my idea, I think, and she's probably never done this from the ground either. But I think looking at these two kind of these dragons flying through the air, coming at each other,
Mm-hmm.
In her mind, Yuan could easily probably take her if it's 1-on-1, but I don't like this dragon here. So I'm gonna try to maybe make like the unluck dragon like blinded or like covered in darkness so it doesn't know where it's going.
Nice. Let's roll that into a teamwork. In fact, do we think that maybe you want to engage the teamwork moves? Because this is definitely a villain that has determination, and maybe that's the lead off for our teamwork coordinated moves. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like that.
Sweet. So please jump to the teamwork moves tab. When a team brings coordinated tactics to a conflict or battle, the outcomes are different than when they're acting independently. So you guys are committed to a strategy. You want to take the Leonin Queen down, right? The Queen never ending. And so it sounds like we need to figure out who's going to kick off the strategy. Are we cool with Eclipse kicking off the strategy here? Sweet. So when the first person to have the momentum takes action, they serve. They do so. They pass the momentum to another player of their choice and spend a team to add 1 to the momentum pool. Excuse me. We are currently sitting at 0. But you have the momentum. So it sounds like what you want to do is attack or directly confront the unluck dragon. So let's have you use direct confrontation, and then you can make your choice around how you want to serve and to whom you wish to serve. So Eclipse, go ahead and roll with daring.
Would it be more of a wield your powers, do you think?
You know what? I think that works for me quite a bit. So let's have you do that. Your power is a 0, your daring's a 1. So you're just making it harder for yourself. Go ahead.
I am.
Sure. Love it though. Confidence of 1. So you're rolling 2d6 plus 1. It looks like you rolled an 8 plus 1 makes you a 9. So on wield your powers on a 7 to 9. Say on a hit, choose 1. So you want to take hold of something vulnerable to you, create something useful from your environment, or neutralize an opponent or threat, at least for now.
Okay, and I do have a move that gives me extra options, but I think I'm going to stick with these.
Oh, that's right. That's what you were after, those extra options. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I did forget about that, but I was like, these don't help so much because I really want to neutralize an opponent or threat, specifically the luck dragon.
Perfect. Sounds awesome. Sweet. So you blind is it like a laser that comes out, or do you just gesture and then there's the light explosion in front of its eyes? What does that look like, Eclipse?
All right. So I don't know how cheap all of you were if you ever played D&D back in the day, but there was a really good trick where if you cast light on someone's eyes, you theoretically make them blind. So I think maybe I use the kind of the controlling light thing to take the light that would be, because she's more scientific, I guess. So this isn't technically a magical effect, but take all the light that would be going into its iris or something if eyes work the same in this creature.
You succeeded, so it does, evidently. Cool.
So I think just maybe on the page, it just like a dark kind of like cloud goes over its, where its eyes would be.
Awesome. Do you wish to spend a team to increase the momentum by 1?
I just have the 1 team, but I feel it might be worth it in this case.
Okay. Sweet. So I've just stuck a clock onto our roll for your party, and I'll add a little slice of the pie. And then to whom are you serving? Reminder, the Fomorian has a boatload of team and probably gained 1 more because you guys have entered into battle.
It's true.
In fact, it should be like served a Fomorian served someone served a Fomorian. It's like he's just the little wedge in the triangle there.
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be better to build up, but that is a lot of teams, so I think we got to go with Fomorian.
Okay. So I'm sorry, just to check, you're sending it to Fomorian, Yuan? Sweet. So it has now been served to you, Yuan. You see the luck dragon is blinded. It's not dropping from the sky. It's just, it is an unluck dragon. So its hopes are that it can continue forward and run into something like you or the Jabberwocky. But it is definitely wobbling, and the queen is angry about this. What do you want to do?
First, I must roll my new move, because when I go into battle, I have to roll daring for Indomitable.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Okay, that time the glitch did not help because I got a 9.
Oh,
It would have been a 12.
you got plenty of 12s. Come on.
Oh, fine. I guess I can be okay with a 9 this time. It's still divisible by 3.
Hold 2. Sweet.
Yeah, I think I will immediately, since I am back on Enosh, and I'm going to use the old teleportation. I'm spending one of these hold. I am naming the Leonin Queen. She is outside my reach, and I think Enosh just rears up, and like there's that teleport, and he is coming down. We are coming down upon her from the sky, like we are jousting, trying to knock the Unluck Dragon into the claws of the Jabberwocky.
Nice. Is this another direct confrontation, it seems?
This is definitely a direct confrontation. And my confidence is at 2. My daring is at 2. This is going to go either too well or decently enough.
On 13.
Oh, lords, that is exactly a no, I think it's a 14. No, wait.
It's a 9 plus
It's
4.
a 13. It's a 13.
Yeah, it's lucky 13. It's lucky. You're very lucky. Sweet. Okay, so you have directly confronted on a 10 plus, you choose 2. When you are overconfident, which you are on a hit, you must also choose 1. So what 2 do you choose from direct confrontation?
I am going to take something from them. That is their freedom by knocking them into the Jabberwocky's claws.
Nice. And then, just so unclear, that is the queen? Or
I think that is the Unluck Dragon.
Unluck Dragon and queen? Okay.
Yeah,
sweet.
like I don't think the queen is being attacked by the Jabberwocky, but her steed definitely is. And I'm going to create an opening for Threnody, as I think his spear strikes the Leonin Queen, but she sacrifices the broken bargain as her armor, so she does not get pierced.
I love it. Oh, man. So maybe Orem, the broken bargain, maybe Orem will have to come back to you at some point. But now you are passing are you spinning a team and adding one?
I am spinning a team, but I did not resist or avoid their blows, and I am overconfident.
Yes.
So, I think I'm going to no, I need this park. I can't deal heavy collateral damage. And obviously no people would think I'm that frightening, so I missed something important.
Ooh, yes. I know exactly what you've missed. That is lovely. Sweet. I need you, as we're going to move to Threnody in just a moment, but I think you're going to be taking a powerful blow. So you deliver this savage strike with your spear to the never-ending queen of the Leonin She, and force her and the Unluck Dragon into the maw of the Jabberwocky, but she lets forth a torrent, like a banshee. She vomits forth some kind of eldritch power onto you, and I need you to roll to weather this blow. And let me tell you what the blow is. She will drain you of all confidence. And then she will start taking you to negative confidence.
That is a 10.
That is a 10. Okay. A 10 plus, choose one of the following. You must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way. 2 options from the 7 to 9 list.
See what the 7 to 9 list is, because I have a
foe gains an opportunity. EMC shifts one of your tracks by 1. You lose a relevant touchstone. Those are 7 to 9. You'd have to choose 2.
I think I think my foe gains an opportunity, and you shift one of my tracks.
Okay. I will, just as I said, shift one of your tracks down by 1. Your confidence goes from 2 to 1. The foe gains an opportunity. She is going to sacrifice her unlock dragon by throwing it at the Jabberwocky. But now, Threnody, above you, you saw this collision of dragons. The momentum's been passed to you. What do you wish to do?
So, I took the voice from Aurum. Eclipse took the sight from the unlock. So now I have to take the hearing from the queen, and then it'll be see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
That is fascinating.
So I am going to wield my power.
Mm-hmm.
And I am essentially, let's see here. I think it just makes sense. There are all kinds of people fighting here. I'm going to nab a couple of guns and just take them, not to shoot her, but just to the vicinity of her ears to let them, and then fire them right in her ears. I mean, not into them, but in that vicinity. I don't have to be right there. I just need to take her hearing.
Okay.
I want it to be physical and, how do you say, mundane.
All right.
So it's an indignity.
Sweet. And I'm just checking. It sounds like you might be doing some object animation to do this.
Yes.
Cool. So let's go ahead and have you wield your powers.
All right. And I'm going to roll some dice, and then I don't even remember what goes with that.
It's okay. You're rolling with confidence and power. So,
okay.
You're basically rolling +2.
Oh, I had a good roll. It went away.
But it became a 5 plus 2 from your power, makes it a 7.
Yep.
So it's a mixed hit. You get to choose 1. That's on row 56. So you can take hold of something vulnerable to you, create something useful from your environment, or neutralize an opponent or threat, at least for now.
Neutralize, at least for now. I'm going to take away her hearing and set up that see no evil. It's too awesome. And
it is too awesome indeed. And
I'll spend a team to move the momentum. Let's see here. Should I take it back to the Fomorian because he's full of team play? Is he still in shape?
She's weakened, but still has some determination. If you were to set Fomorian, just to kind of speak in those teamwork moves, Fomorian then would have a significant bonus kind of to our maximum effort, and could spin the team to take that to a +4, which is as good as it's going to get. So it's kind of the perfect setup with a hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, and
hand it back to
the Fomorian. All right. And you have 3 momentum handed to you. The queen is shocked by all that has happened to her. She's lost her luck dragon. She sacrificed her unluck dragon. She is now unable to hear. Things are not good. The voice, the hearing, and the sight has been taken, Yuan. You have the ability to spike. What do you wish to do?
I think I'm going to try I'm not usually a fairy glamour kind of person, but I think like this is having like so much of the Fomorian court behind me is augmenting his powers in a manner. And with the sworn enemies, my trust counts as positive with the Leonin. So I think I'm going to roll to trick her into thinking that she did take all my power, that I am weak and set up for a perfect blow.
Cool. So just to kind of speak a little bit of mechanics for a second. If you choose to spike, then that's your move. We won't do a trick and a spike. If you want to say that this trick is your spike, I think that might be the way to go.
Oh, I want her to. I think that I don't want to be the one to do the final blow. I want it to be Eclipse and Janos. Let the queen be killed by the mortals.
Oof, that's wicked. Okay. All right. Cool. So let's have you go ahead and roll to trick her and make her think that you are weak. And
yeah, so I am rolling with just a +1 with that trust. Oh, well, that got even worse. That is a 4.
Okay. That is not a good trick at all. She buys into it. She does not buy into it at all. She knows you're foolish, Slim. And I will quickly look at my MC moves. What could I do? Oh. Yeah, I think there's the possibility I may move your trust to a 0 just to mess with you, but that I don't know. It's a little too meta. I'm not sure if I can.
Could you? Fictionally, this is probably the perfect time for her to hit me hard.
I think so.
Or try to. If not, it would be a good time for her to try to hit Janos hard.
Yeah, I think your desires to have Janos deliver the final blow with this miss are going to fail. She vomits forth that eldritch power onto Janos and the Jabberwock. He holds Vadia the Cleaver up. Yes?
My last indomitable hold. I will redirect this attack to me.
Oh, you tricksy fellow. You talk me into a thing and snatch it away. I love it. You indomitable thing. All right. Weather the blow.
Yeah, I think this will look like
I think it's where it's like zips in front of it, right? YouTube will not be denied.
Yeah, I think I jump off, do like the Captain America like mithril arm shield thing, but like it just is so wiry the power goes through it and hits me directly. So let's see if I get a 10 again. Well, I almost did well. That is a 7.
Okay. So on a 7 with weathering a blow.
Can we help him down to a 6?
Well, you have to roll. Yeah, no, I can't. Foe gains an opportunity. The MC shifts one of your tracks by 1. You lose a relevant touchstone.
I think this is the time you get to move my tracks again.
All right. Yet again, you lose confidence and you're down to a 0 confidence. She's drained. In her mind, all that is taken, all that is important to you, all that makes you a king, she thinks. We shall see.
I will spend my team. I think that Yuan hits the ground, and it's like that comic thing of the crater impact of the superhero hitting the ground. And
oh yeah,
she's obviously got to think she's won, so she's maybe setting herself up to gloat above him when I pass to Eclipse, who has. Yeah, I knocked off Enosh. Maybe if she wants to ride Enosh on this final strike, she can.
Oh, I love that. That is wicked. Yeah, so with the Unluck Dragon in the maws of the Jabberwocky, the never-ending queen leaps upon Enos as Yuan plummets to the ground, slams, creates a crater eclipse. You must. So you don't have any team, but you don't have to spin team. But you are going to have to spike here. Otherwise, the opportunity is lost, and you guys would have to start all over again. So,
yeah,
what does that look like when you spike?
I've got an idea. So is she still up in the air, or is she coming down, the queen?
She's coming down at you, riding Enosh.
Yeah, so I think maybe there's maybe she is like focused on like the mortal easy, especially because Yuan kind of set that up. And she's, there's a couple panels of getting closer and closer, and it looks like Eclipse. Maybe you see like the sweat, like a bead of sweat go down like under her mask or something.
Yeah.
But it's really close. You can't see what else she's doing. It's like a close-up face shot, and then from off panel you just hear like a click, and then I shoot her with True Love's gun that I took from the Mirror Universe.
Oh man. All right. Sawyer, remind us, what does True Love's gun use as its fuel, and what does it destroy?
It uses the heart of your true love as a bullet, and it does not destroy so much as erase a concept from being.
All right. Please roll +4. You get to roll with the total momentum pool. Who is the true love that has become a bullet for you?
That's a great question. I'll roll. Oh man, that's a. Oh, what?
It did it again.
It's so tricky. Yeah, I think I had a 3 at first, but now it's a 5 + 4.
5 + 4. That is a 9. Okay. If you take a look at the spike options, on a 7 to 9, you get to choose one of those. Run a villain out of determination, someone gets a team back, or shift your confidence or trust.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get her out of determination.
Yeah. And I think because of the fiction of what you've done, that also works on top of that. So you erase the never-ending queen from existence. I believe that there will be faint memories of her, echoes, but no one will never quite remember exactly what she looked like or anything that she said. But I have to know, Eclipse, who was the true love that you used as the bullet? Was it the last embers of your love for your aunt? Was it Donnie? Was it something else?
Yeah, I think once that happens and kind of the smoke clears, I guess, of the distant now memory of the queen, she kind of goes like, Donnie, are you there? And maybe she, we're underground, so maybe it's not there, but she's like, she kind of realizes like, wait, I remember you. As if she expected it to be Donnie, but it was not.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sweet. I think that's the perfect time for us to take our mid-game break, friends. It's 25 after. Let's take 10 minutes. So meet at 35 after or 25 till, whichever you prefer. See you guys in 10. David, what is David? What is the on the wall behind you, on the same level near the top of the poster there? What is that bluish dot? Is that a thumbtack or something?
No, that is painter's tape because I used to have posters all through there. And they keep falling down.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm like, well, if I could just go a little bit slightly down, you can see all the posters still there. Like one day those will go back up.
All right. Sorry, I've wondered that for a few weeks now, and I had to ask.
Yeah, every time I'm on video too, I notice it, and I'm like, when I get off this, I need to go fix that, and have never done it.
That's okay. A lot of times when I come back from break, I see where when I'm now that I work from home, like the rest of us, I don't want a giant green screen behind me when I'm on work calls because my work laptop is literally like right here on my desk. So I have a cloth that I pin up behind me. It's the old Starfield from whenever I was running Star Wars and stuff. But I have to take it down and put it back up. And sometimes I don't like shove it out of the way. So there'll be this like weird Starfield on the side of my virtual background. I don't know why I'm sharing that story, but I have to remember to fix it. Whenever I come back from break, I'm like, oh, I did it again. It's like talking on mute. It just happens. So we come back to, I think this was like a double-sized issue because that was a lot of art for all the crazy concepts we just threw up there in that huge fight to defeat Leon and she. And I think at this point, a little bit of dramatic license, but dawn is starting to break. You guys have fought through the night. And as the world is cast in a kind of a hue of orange, the Jabberwocky lands, and Janosch leaps from the neck of the Jabberwocky to come to the crater where Yuan has fallen. And he drops down into the crater and nestles Yuan in his arms as he drops to his knees. My king, my husband, what can I do? Please don't leave me.
I think there's like that moment where the sun is rising. There's the 3-panel thing of Yuan's face as he's like his eyes are closed. His like another one, his eyes are open. I think the final one we see like he has 2 blue eyes now, and he like I think the last was him reaching up, touching Janosch on the face, like the final full panel of this page. It's like, how can I leave you when we both have a new kingdom to rule?
And then he sighs, and then he immediately bends down to kiss you. We cut away to Threnody. Did you drop Orem during all of this craziness that you were doing? Or did you continue to hold Orem while you were using and wielding your magics without its aid?
I carried him. I mean, I've always carried a violin. I didn't have another one to switch in its place.
So there you are. You have the strings. You have Orem. The enemy appears to have been defeated. There are Leon and she that are fleeing back through the portals to their realm, harried and chased by the Fomorians who give them no quarter. But the day is won. There is a great deal of aftermath. You hear the sirens of fire engines still fighting in downtown West to try to save people, but things are coming to an end. You have a moment where you can reflect or perhaps take other actions. What is it that Threnody wishes to do?
I think it's gotten quiet. And she sort of takes Orem, looks at him, looks at the strings, Her hands are still bloody from that whole fight. And she says, okay, so we're going to talk now. She starts stringing the violin.
Nice. You give Aurum his voice back. The first thing he says is, never do that to me again.
Never do that to me again.
Understood.
She tucks them under her chin.
Yes. And we will cut to Eclipse. You hold the gun. For now, you have no ammo to load this gun, but luckily the enemies are gone and vanquished. We see Yuan with his husband. He seems okay. The day is dawning, which of course often drives Eclipse away. What do you do?
Yeah, I think it's she looks down at the still smoking gun, I guess, and it's one of those word balloons where the words are really small, so she's saying it very quietly.
Nice.
She's like, oh, I guess it didn't work or something. And just puts in one of these pouches or something, and I think she just runs over and tries to help Yuan, or if there's any civilians, just kind of extra support, even when the day is coming up, which is probably very rare.
Nice. Cool. So you know, we'll kind of cut to a little bit of I mean, I don't know if it's exactly denouement, but some B plot or other stuff going on here. Let's check in. So Yuan, you now have a kingdom to rule. You were already hoping or planning to take Hollowed Park. It is definitely going to need some TLC. So do we jump forward a little bit of time here? Or are there particular integral things you guys want to deal with on the short term?
I do want to kind of get a sense of what's going on with old puppy cat.
Oh yeah, that'd probably be good.
Yeah. So go to visit Lady Elena.
Cool. And is this a thing where you're hoping to go alone, or are you bringing the other members of your team on? I'm open to whatever.
Let's see here. Probably go alone, just because everyone else has all kinds of things they're in the middle of. So.
Or Eclipse.
Yeah.
What are you in the middle of, Eclipse? Okay. So you leave the side of the battlefield and head back to Endeavor Mansion and head to Elena's door. After a couple of knocks, it opens. And you see Lady Elena is there. She's seated. And you see Puppy Cat is laying on her lap. And she's slowly stroking Puppy Cat. Thank you for coming to visit, Trinity, Lady Elena says.
I wanted to come earlier, but I got called away. I did leave a gift.
You did. It was appreciated.
How is Puppy Cat?
I think Puppy Cat is disappointed. The cat looks up at you. It has an imperious but sullen look.
Maybe a collaboration with some different folks would turn out better.
And Elena looks down at Puppy Cat, which Cat looks up at you. Seems to be waiting to hear more.
Oh no, this is on you. I mean, at some point you're going to recognize who your friends are. And she'll turn and go.
Nice. And the cat does not come after you, and you hear Lady Elena as the door is closing. I told you. Now, will you just put this to rest? And then click, the door closes. So, Yuan, you've defeated the Lianan Shi. You have taken hold of this cycle and wrested the crown for yourself. You had hoped to rule on the mortal plane. How is it that Yuan plans on dealing with running a government within a city government? Like, what is Yuan's plan here? Or is that a thing where he's going to lean on others?
This is not a sovereign nation. This is an ambassador island. We are going to integrate with the mortal population, only this time we're on this side of the veil, not the other side where we bring them to a different world. So we may be adopting some stray fae now and again and bringing to this world, but I'm sure it'll work out. But if it doesn't, that's for the kings in the next cycle, I suppose.
It turns out that the mayor has not forgotten. Sometimes English is my second language with no first. The mayor has not forgotten that you were among those who saved her. Also, the changelings and the Lianan Shi who had poisoned the faith of the New Gauntlet City, the New Gauntlet citizens. That's what you call them, New Gauntlet citizens. I like that. The New Gauntlet citizens, she sees this as the perfect opportunity to kind of use this as a public appearance. So her, bunch of black sedans and sport utility vehicles all slide up, and Juniper Hunt and QNGC are right behind her, and they make their way out to very publicly declare that the threat of the Lianan Shi have been taken care of by the Fomorians and the Fomorian kings, and she offers you a key to the city, and will very much offer you, like, as long as you're willing to announce that the Lianan Shi have been vanquished, that this ambassadorship is something she's very happy in exploring. How does Yuan and how do you imagine Janusz would be dealing with that particular PR bit?
I think Yuan would dutifully detail how things went. I imagine Janusz is actually he learned sign language to deal with the Fomorians who lost their hearing way back in the day, and he's I think he's actually translating for the Fae and the people who can't hear about this speech. And it's like the Lianan are gone for good. They shall not dirty these lands again. If they do, we shall harry them far from the New Gauntlet City again. They shall never cause you fear, good New Gauntlet citizens. And my promise sage, who found a spot in my court, I think has the Lianan Queen's crow or raven land upon her shoulder.
Ooh, nice. So let's see. You're trying to persuade the city that the Lianan threat has been put to bed. So let's see how that goes. Now remember, these are not your enemies. So your -1 trust actually doesn't help you right now.
Oh dear. So I'm rolling
You're rolling flat because you have a 1 humanity.
Gotcha. Well, let's hope for those 12s again. Nope, that is a 4. Come on,
Okay.
glitch. Come on, glitch.
It only helps you in fights, I guess. Sweet. So you proclaim this, and the mayor tries to sell it, but Janos comes to you later, says, "My king, I worry. The Juniper hunt, there was a look on her face during that press conference. No, she has an excellent ear for journalism and the will of the people, and I am concerned we may need to do more to reassure the people of the city that we will keep them safe from that threat."
Yuan takes Janusz's hands and just looks lovingly at him. And I think, like, we have all the time in the world now. Neither of us we are beholden to a house in new ways. I think, like, he's trying to comfort him and just sort of like, you are no longer a house husband. We are men of action.
Yeah, and he is into it, right? Like, that is the thing where you've proven it. But there's a moment where he says, there was a moment there when I thought you were going to try to let me fight the queen, and you jumped in the way. I did have the axe. I mean, but all's good in love and war, so.
And I think like he just chuckles. It's like, oh, darling, the axe does not kill the Leonin. It kills the Fomorian. My grandfather is terrified of you. It is excellent.
That's actually super true. It is a Fomorian killing axe, not a Leonin killing axe.
And I think that maybe Janusz hadn't picked up on that, but now he realizes, oh, no wonder she wasn't scared of it. I really expected her to be more scared of it, but.
Yeah, and I think there's like the panel of outside the castle with Snickerdoodle just chasing her tail on top of the Jabberwocky's snoot.
Cool. So, Threnody, at what point do you realize that Eclipse used Truelove's gun?
I think that I never knew she had it,
and
I didn't see her use it. Does that make any sense? That was...
Well, the not knowing her she had it, yeah, that totally makes sense.
You think I didn't? Maybe I saw her use it, so I probably didn't know until then. And even then, it probably took me a while to figure out what it was. Like, not until I went over and picked it up later. And I went, ooh. Like, and then it kind of strikes her that she has no idea who it was that was shot, but I think she'll try to call Donnie.
Nice. So you call up Donnie and Elaine.
Hey, how are you?
I'm taking everything, day by day. There's a lot of work in downtown West. So much damage. I've started a philanthropy project to help out the people who lost their livelihoods there, and also I think Maya and I broke up, but that doesn't matter compared to all the other things that have happened. I'm sorry. How are you?
She sort of stops and says, I think the philanthropy is great, but you should buy me dinner.
I can afford dinner for you.
Okay. So come pick me up. You know where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah. Hang out that bookstore. And so soon enough, see a sleek limousine slide up to the side in like a Rolls Royce limo. And he steps out and waits at the curb.
She'll come out. She still has the violin. She has like cleaner version of the clothes that she wears. It's always that sort of just a little bit more formal. Like she could go onto a concert stage, but it's not full on concert stage clothing. So when she comes out, she's like, Donnie, it's good to see you.
You look really nice, Elaine. It's good to see you. But not that doesn't matter how you look. It's still good to see you. And he opens the door for you, and you guys slide into the back of the limousine. You're starting to drive. How is Maya?
She's fine.
Good.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Really?
No, I'm not okay.
Seems like it's been a while.
Been a while since what?
Since things have been okay.
Wow. Son of a kingpin. What are you going to do?
I think you're going to move on, Donnie. You're going to have to.
To what? Nobody else ever got me. Nobody else ever trusted me. I was only ever my father's son, but Maya needed me. Now she doesn't. Now all people need is my money.
That's just a weird take on it.
It's inaccurate?
I had a lot of good friends.
Yeah.
I mean, Demos didn't take you for a villain. Garrison didn't know what was going on. He just wanted to be with you guys because he loved you. Junior believed in you.
Well, we both lost him.
You got a lot of points with me because he believed in you.
That was high school.
Yeah, so was Maya.
For the record, we hooked up many times after high school. Like dozens.
Yep.
Maybe 100. Probably 100. I haven't kept count exactly.
You've got a calendar book somewhere. I know it. You're a numbers man.
Yeah, I am. Everything gets marked in the ledger. So, okay. So maybe there were some people who've trusted me in the past. What do I do now?
Figure out what it was they saw in you. Be that person again.
Okay.
People don't need your money. I mean, they do, but not your friends. And you can, she goes, there's a lot of people out there that could be your friends too. But Demos, start with him. He's still a big meathead.
He's got a pretty hot girlfriend now, by
He's
the
got
way.
a very hot girlfriend. I've seen her.
Why don't you see if you could persuade someone to get Donnie out of this self-doubt funk?
Why do you always make me do these things?
I know, rolling dice and
I
the
hate
dice.
rolling dice. I hate
Oh,
it.
it's just the worst.
Okay, I got an 8. I don't know what it takes to do a persuade, but I probably don't have it.
Persuade is a trust, of which you have 2.
What the
And
heck?
humanity, which you have 1. So
No, I have 0.
sorry, I was looking at genius. Yeah,
Yep.
you're right. But that 2 pushes you to a 10. It'll go along with you unless or until some fact or action betrays the reason you gave them. He says, okay, Demos is a good start. I don't want to be one of those guys that I saw. Remember the football games? You know, we had the team, and then there was the stands where all the kids were who were either in band or were there to watch the cheerleaders, mostly, not the game. And then there was that string along the chain link fence of the people who were out of high school. And that was the best time of their lives. And they would just watch that football game with this hunger for what was. And here I am running back to Demos and okay, no, I'm sorry. No, you're right. It's a good start, but it's just a first step. I can do this.
Do about anything.
Yeah.
You're a good guy.
Thanks, Elaine.
Anyway, and she's still like a little uncomfortable, and she says, "This was a really good meal. I have to go talk to Maya, though."
Okay.
All right. I'll see ya.
I'll see you. Take the car. It'll come back for me. I've got
some
some
pull
stuff.
with the driver. Yeah.
Something like that.
Sure. Thank you. And it is so good because she realizes that it's only her high school friends who always remember that she needs a ride.
Appropriate.
Yep.
So Threnody wants to go hunt down Eclipse. Where is it that... oh, you muted yourself, Sherry.
She has the gun with her.
Yeah. Where is it that we find Eclipse?
All right, so either Rich or Sherry can veto this if you want, but this could throw the perfect wrench in it because I think she was going to go talk to Donnie.
That could be interesting. Yeah, you find out, so you're headed out to the limousine, and then Eclipse pulls up in her little Eclipse mobile. Is that the thing? So you guys are right outside of this 3-star Michelin restaurant in downtown. And yeah, Threnody, there's Eclipse. Hand delivered.
And I say, "Hey, Maya, you dropped something."
What do you mean?
She'll sort of open her purse and she'll pull it out. And she's like holding it at the angle where like the handle and the end of it are both pointing down. And she'll go, "I think this was yours."
Oh, well, it might be in better hands if you keep it, don't you think? I'm not really an expert on those kind of things.
Where'd you find it?
I picked it up in that Regent's mirror. Thought it might come in handy, and yes, it did. Worked out pretty well.
What happened?
Yeah, maybe she looks at Donnie and it's like, yeah, I guess maybe we should. No, actually, she'll just look at him and keep the conversation going. Actually, she'll say, yeah, well, the way I understood it, was supposed to, I don't know, kind of erase the memory of whoever I love the most, but and get rid of whoever it was pointed at. But all the upside and on the downside, and she kind of looks at Donnie and smile. Or maybe she winks. She definitely winks. Yeah.
And I think Trinity puts her hand over her mouth. She's like, "Huh.
Oh,
I guess guess you were very fortunate.
I think she will do this in front of Threnody too, and I think she is specifically dressed as Maya too. And she'll kind of grab Donnie by like the lapels of his suit, you know, not like violently, but playfully kind of, and just like, you know, I pulled that trigger and thought our whole past together was gonna, you know, go up in smoke too, but I was ready to sacrifice it, but it, through whatever weird magic this is, you know, we get another day, another month, another year. You know, it's made me think that would have been I would have missed you so much. And I think she just kisses him to add to this confusion.
Yeah, there's like a shocked reaction, and then I mean, of course he's gonna kiss her back, so he'll give in to the kiss, and then there's a moment when he hugs her and he looks at Threnody and kind of does this like excited, like, wow, look what's going on here. I'm not sure what to do with this manna from heaven or weird thing that's thrown in my lap.
And she goes, friends. And she gets in the limousine. I'll let them work that out.
You will? That sounds appropriate. So now you're in the limo. You don't have to go find Eclipse. Where do you want to go? Oh, you just muted yourself somehow.
It's amazing. I have super skills. That
is not a keybind you need.
I think I'm going to go to this comic book shop.
The old comic book shop where they had a poster up of you guys, the Hopefuls?
Yeah.
Nice. You like come walking in. A few of the kids are playing Magic. You see one of them has a hat that has like Yuan's signature on it. They look up and they're like, oh, it's Elaine. Yeah, but she's got that weird, scary violin now.
And I go, yes, it's a demon violin.
Ooh, they totally bought in. Like, there's no like, yep, that's the demon violin. You said it's true. It
is. Yep. And I look for the proprietor.
Oh yeah, you can find the proprietor. Of course, you know you're right underneath the Regent's secret identity apartment. But
so he doesn't own the comic shop. He just lives up top. I thought he was the proprietor.
Oh, he is not the proprietor.
Oh, he's not. And I just say, I'm just gonna go through the shop over here. She goes, I just wanted, and she'll just cross through.
Cool. So yeah, you're heading up to Regent's apartment then?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you head up the stairs and down the very short hallway to knock on the door, and it will be, hold on, Rich is pulling up. Marius is not there, but at least he's not the one who answers the door. Pete does.
Hey, Pete.
Threnody, please come in.
Sure. How are you doing?
Doing okay. A little tired. You can see he's got his like sweat ring and everything. We just got back from doing some work downtown West.
Crazy out there, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of volunteer work. I had to tell Marius that we needed a break, or I kind of told him I needed a break, and he's still out there though.
Did you get yourself something to eat?
Oh, I was going to order something.
Oh, she goes, I can make us an omelet.
Sure.
Okay.
The back eye is a little on the high, like you think you're on medium, but really it's like high. So just word to the wise.
Okay. And yeah, she'll probably have to ask him where all the implements are. It's like it's a bare bones kitchen, but you still can't find anything because it's someone else's
we
kitchen.
had to store all this stuff in here, and it's not like things like
Yeah.
grabbing out all this. Oh well, for waffles we use this, and it works fine. And yeah, you guys work together and finagle some of that.
All right, and I will just kind of spend some time there with Pete until Marius gets back.
Cool. So you guys have just finished eating. We see the plates are kind of empty, and there's a bunch of the syrup that's still pooled around, and then Regent appears. And Trinity.
Hello. I think I have something of yours.
You do.
Yes. And she'll go and open her purse, and she will pull the thing out. And she go, I would rather this was not out and about in the real world. She'll hand it to him.
He takes the gun and I wondered how there was suddenly not a queen. Who made the sacrifice?
Maya.
Who was her true love?
I know it wasn't Donnie. Or maybe it was. Maybe it's just a metaphorical shooting of the heart.
It kind of does a slight head tilt, and like he thinks it's 100% true, but he's not going to fight you on it. So,
and she goes, or it's someone that she doesn't realize.
I have a lovely scene transfer after this, if you're okay with it.
Yeah, do we cut right there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we cut right there to, what do we cut to?
And I will need Eclipse's approval for what's going to happen, but I think did you sacrifice your memory of your aunt, you think? Yeah, so I think it's Yuan and Osborne Rock beside the grave, like they're in the graveyard, but like where I think the comic has shown Maya enough times at this grave, like this has become iconic, this location, but we don't see the name on the gravestone. Then it pans to Yuan looking down, and it is just a blank gravestone this time. And he and I think Miss Osborne Rock's like smiling and just said, "I told you she had the gun on her." And Yuan
an empty grave, or like a headstone with no inscription on it now?
Yes.
That is very comic book. I love it.
And I think he looks like, you were right. And as the bargain is, you have joined the court. You have the right to a soul. And this is the part I think, Maya, I need your approval. I was like, I don't know if she's using it anymore. And I think, or either that, it's like I think it's like a bit of like the echo of what, like, I don't think Maya's aunt exists in this multiverse anymore, but like the echo of the Leonin Queen's soul and the echo of Maya's aunt's soul are like given to this demoness as like a proxy, an Ursat soul.
That is dark.
So she's escaped the cycle of hell and joined the cycle of the Fae. In a way, maybe.
Oh, they're both bargainers.
Or maybe she's a double agent. Yeah, I learned too well from Trinity.
Wow. So this Ursat's soul is taken to hell? Is that what?
No, it's given to Miss Osborne Rock. She is a demoness with a soul.
Oh, wow. That is heady. Okay. Sure.
I think that's like when the rain starts and like Yuan's like final gift to the memory of Maya's aunt is to turn it into snow. And I think like each snowflake is like a memory that Maya has lost, like, being hugged by her aunt, being a like snowflake of like her running like out into the fields with her aunt, her like doing the acrobatics with like whatever it was, like just all the positive memories are held up in this memorial snow. I think the scene after that, we have to have a Fomorian victory party of just, the victory hall, the celebration, the food. I mean, we have an unluck dragon to eat, people. Come on. A once in a lifetime event.
It's the thing about moving from another dimension. You can just bring entire feast halls through a portal rather than having to worry about permits and building and all that stuff. We don't need to connect to your water and power. It's fine. We've got our own. Yeah, so does Eclipse show up at this feast? Victory feast?
If I could do one thing before that real fast.
Oh, sounds great.
I think, so the last thing we saw was her and Donnie like kissing like by this car that was leaving, and now it's just their comic book style, very obvious, like they've got the sheets like up to here, post-coital. It's been 101 now, and she's I think I'm going to try to reach out to your allies, but the two of them are just sharing his bed here, and just like she's like, I have no idea why it's been so long, but yeah, it's been a crazy day. And she's like, oh wow, we might be a little fashionably late to this party going on.
I'm sure that we can smooth things out. I happen to have an in with the king.
Oh well, so fancy.
Yeah, with great power comes something. Hey, Maya, some might say this is a terrible time for me to say this. Some might say it's the perfect time. I think I'm in love with you, and you don't have to love me back, but I wanted you to be aware of that.
And she has like the coy smile, I think, like the half smile. She's like, you are so cute. Come on.
Cool. So then you guys arrive. Does Eclipse ride on her own motorcycle? Does she arrive in Donnie's limo or what?
I don't know. I guess what is this more of a public party? Were you thinking? You want? Or whoever?
This is to I'm going to allow, I think, a certain amount of people from the public would be allowed, but it's mostly like the heroes who fought, the Fomorian court itself. Like
It feels very kind of Valhalla-ish in a way.
Yeah. Like, the people that are like the ambassadors to the Fomorian court, they have to get a taste for the culture. But like, if you need a ride, I could definitely send a chariot or a buggy pulled by unicorns or pegasi.
Yeah, I think I was mostly asking wondering if she was going to be in costume or not, but I think she will be as Eclipse coming here. And yeah, she probably will be with Donnie, so maybe either a limo or something else extravagant. Which is, again, like pretty weird. Maybe it's in the daytime too.
Oh gosh, yeah. I love it. It's like an afternoon, right? It's bright outside. Maya's wearing street clothes, and you arrive with Donnie. What about Threnody? Does she come to the shindig?
Sure she does. She comes and she watches and she stays out of the way so that she doesn't blight the reputation of the Fomorians or the celebration. She just hangs back and watches. She's glad for it, but she wasn't a big deal.
Oh, no. You see, with Yuan, this is a big deal. And Threnody is his friend, like his best friend. And
you're going to get yourself in so much trouble.
I think, Cold Snap has to be there because, like, isn't his father one of the 12? Because, like, I invited all the mages from that house to come over. Even Puppy Cat is invited, as long as he's nice to Snickerdoodle.
Even Puppy Cat is invited? Sure.
Oh,
There's
man.
There are members of the Endeavors who are here. And I think maybe even Cerebellum puts in an appearance, but
Oh, yeah.
she's grown. There are very few who recognize her, but Threnody, you most definitely do, because of course the two of you have been friends for a while.
Yep.
So I'm imagining if we're going like full feast hall, there are like these long kind of picnic table style tables and benches and drinking contests and all these wild Fomorians. They're, devil and goat and all these weird animal human hybrid visages. And Cerebellum comes over to sit by you. She's got like a Heineken, and she puts that in front of you. And you always show up at parties and then sit on the edge. Always here, but not here.
And she kind of stops. She goes, I'm glad for my friends.
Is this a mage thing, or is this a Threnody thing that you do?
I don't know. Maybe it is a mage thing. She'll look at the other mages.
Oh, yeah. Looking at the other mages, of course. Let's see. I think Eldon Gwinty is sitting in a very familiar office chair, and
It just goes.
it
It just appears.
And he's chatting with Miss Sophia Kinfield and Dominique. The three of them are chatting with some of the Fomorians. It seems like maybe they know each other from some time before. Gally is, well, as is his wont, he is talking to a winged member of the Fomorian and kind of checking out the wing. It appears to be broken, and he's kind of working through that and trying to help to heal that. Lady Elena and Puppy Cat are here. They're seated near the fire, watching. Not unlike you, actually. Not unlike you.
She goes, I don't think it's a mage thing precisely. She kind of looks at Cerebellum and she goes, I just always miss Junior at these times.
He would be the life of the party right now. And he would drag you right in the middle of it.
Yep.
He was always so proud of you. There are a lot of other people who are too.
I couldn't stop him. So.
No.
So that was good, I guess. It's just, I gotta get over it.
Do you?
It's not going well so far.
So you have the ability to commune with the underworld.
Mm-hmm. Do you have some nefarious plans?
Oh, me? No.
Okay. So if it's all on the up and up, what do you need?
Oh, I don't. No. I'm laying out. You're jumping to. You're trying to solve. Let me lay this out. You have the ability to commune with the underworld. You can command demons. You carry a demon that is also some kind of portal to hell.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't just go visit your dead boyfriend?
He's not in hell.
Shit. I really thought I'd work this out.
Yeah. He's not in Hades either.
So where is he?
Found a stairway to heaven yet?
Well, I don't think I can help you there.
No, just waiting for some angel to wander into my life, I guess.
You know, he died. But he died so you can live, not mourn him for the rest of your life.
She goes, he died so the world would continue.
You
That's
happen
why I
to be
was
part
here,
of it.
Sarah. No, my world's gone. She goes, Subject pulled me here because he needed something to carry him. This isn't my world. It's never felt like my world.
Look around. How many of these people who are drinking these really weird alcohols are from this world?
Okay, got a point.
So if they can move from one world to another, then maybe you can make this world your home.
I hate it because you're always right.
I don't actually hate that. That's pretty satisfying. It's the frustrating part when people won't admit it. That's why I like you so much.
Would someone not admit it? It's so blatantly obvious.
Yeah. You're even back with the hopefuls.
What a weird crew.
Yeah.
I
You
kinda
fit right
love
in.
'em.
You should. They're pretty lovable. Well, my work's done here. She drinks her Heineken.
Yeah, very safe.
And she'll get up and start to head out.
Okay.
I think Donnie's gonna want Cliffs to dance. Like he's gonna ask Maya to dance, and I'm imagining some dancing might be happening with the Kings. Would Yuan deny Janusz's request?
Oh, the thing is, Yuan can't do in like dance that he's not choreographed. He has been practicing this.
Oh, it's like Romeo and Michelle's, right? You guys have a whole thing.
Yeah, I imagine like for like the human like this is from like Janusz's favorite music video back in the day or something. Like it's not like a courtly dance.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, like what could be a choreographed dance? Like
Oh,
something.
I've got the music video that I'm basing this off of. Let me.
Oh yes, please share. Nice. Back streets back. All right. The votes in chat are delicious. Man, they took out the hyperlinking, and I understand why, but it's just like, man, that's a whole nother step. Oh, I don't know this one. Yes, this is a great. Wow. This is Matt and Kim Go official video. Wow.
But yeah, that's the basic gist of it, I think. And just like at the end, it's like I think this is like when the Fomorian court raises the glasses, like all the weird wines, like the ones that hiss out secrets before they're drunk, the ones that are like boiling without any dried ice in them, and of course, like all the humans. I think most of the humans are smart enough to stay with Heineken, Bud Light, beers and alcohols we've heard of before, instead of like the Siren's Caress or the Shrieking Harpy.
Domestic for me, please. Yeah.
And but then oh, I think Yuan has to check on his team though. I mean, he's gonna have the rest of his life with his husband. I think like there is like that thing of like he's done the dance. There is like that sort of Young Avengers end thing with the party, and it's like I imagine like Trinity and Eclipse are sitting down like with Donnie D by the side, and Yuan just like comes up behind them, grabs them both around the neck with his arms, a mithril arm around Eclipse, regular arm around Trinity, and just like well, this has been an intense adventure. Like I mean, like he like looks up, he sees Yuan, Janosch talking to Yuan's grandfather, who's like just like back against a wall, trying to be as straight laced as he can. As Janosch has Vlad at his side, and it's just like, what do you think we're going to do next together?
Well, I thought you were going to settle down. Be a king, rule.
King must go on quests routinely, or else he shall dull.
Ugh. Well, are one of your knights the ones who are in charge of finding your quests for you?
You think I would trust my knights to know who to send me on quests? You are my friends, my companions, my battle siblings. I would be remiss to leave you now. What would you do without me? And he like strikes this grandiose pose.
I don't know. It would be a lot boring. It'd be very boring. So, what do you want to do? And when do you want to start?
And I think he like looks down at Eclipse. It's like, didn't we need to go to hell?
And she kind of she does this exact like yeah, I thought that we wanted to go there, but that seems like a pretty bad idea. I'm sure you can come up with something better.
And then he then smiles, like looks at Donnie. I can officiate marriages now.
Too soon. I just told her I loved her, so maybe not quite yet, but keep you in the Rolodex, man. Proverbial. I don't have an actual Rolodex. I've never even seen a Rolodex.
So I know what to gift you for the wedding.
Sure.
Vintage Rolodex, 1950s, olive green, metal.
Just this like this old rock slab from the Fey realms.
Cool. So it feels to me like we're near the end of the issue here. Were there any particular scenes that folks wanted to kind of put a capper on this?
I kind of like if like this is the ending, like each of us like getting like different snapshots of the party, like taken by the press, like our different antics. Like Yuan having brought in a karaoke machine into the castle.
All right.
And like I don't know what Trinity. I don't want to say what Trinity or Eclipse would be doing.
Yeah, what's the snapshot for Trinity that ends up on some front page news or maybe in the gossip column?
Oh, I think that essentially it's what you see is you see like a panel where like Cerebellum's looking around someone and her eyes get kind of wide, and then you cut to what clearly she's looking at, and it's a regent and Serenity, and it's like one of those, they're dancing together, you know.
Nice. I dig that. Super dig that. Cool. And then what about the photo of Eclipse?
Yeah. So I had an idea for a really somber note, probably after the party, but I think if you want to do that, but ending on a happy note might be worthwhile. But I think the one that the press gets maybe is her kind of sitting way too close to Donnie, you know? Like, oh, this like the superhero equivalent of TMZ. Like, who is this next? It's like, we thought they were friends, but they were sitting very close this entire party. What happened?
That's right. Rich boy, bad boy, Donnie Destructo, canoodling with Maya, an old high school chum. We thought they were just friends. Maybe they're friends with benefits?
Or the clickbaity title, you won't believe what dark secrets we've dug up between these two. Click for more.
Oh, yes. Top 5 reasons we can't get over shipping Maya and Donnie, and 5 reasons they'll never work out. Okay, now that's like a whole subgenre.
Yeah, I
game that
know.
I now want to exist. Okay. So
5 reasons it'll never work out.
sweet. So let's do our end of session and end of story stuff, friends.
Oh, wait, can I do the somber?
Oh, the somber.
ending,
Sorry. Please, what is the somber thing?
I think it's like epilogue or like much later, something like that. And I think, oh, maybe it's like really after the party, so it's Maya coming back to, like, I assume just like a garbage apartment where she lives, like almost squatting, kind of like Donnie pays for it, I'm sure, and just taking off herself, like really tired, like maybe kind of drunk still, and she just flops down on the couch, and then like this table next to her, there's like a little like scrapbook, and she kind of opens up and she's like, oh, what's this about? And it's just looking through, and it's just all blank pictures, and she's like, what? That's where that ends.
Nice. And then so that's the end, question mark, and we have the letters to the editor, and then right on the very back page we see a panel, and it's a series of panels, a single page. The first thing that we see is Hope Prep, the grounds of Hope Prep, and we see some incredibly young looking high schoolers. Like, they really literally, they look like grade school. Like, they can't be in high school. This is really wrong and broken. They can't be in high school, but they're
still got their
there.
pacifiers.
Right? Like, they're all like 2 feet high. Like, what's up with that? They're so young. How could they be in high school? And then we see there's like a park outside. Then the next is this view up high. You see this silhouette. It looks like it's falling. And then it lands on the ground, and we see a completely nude Junior look up. And he says, oh boy. And then that's the end of our issue. So we will do some end of session, end of story arc stuff, friends. End of session, take a moment to reflect on how the events of the game went and what big changes happened or seemed to be on their way. Oh my goodness, so many big events and changes. Choose a teammate and ask them one of these questions. How did my actions affect this session affect the community? How did I affect the team this session? Or how did I affect you this session? After they've answered, the person that you asked will shift one of your tracks by 1. Who'd like to go first?
I think I will ask, let's see here. I think I asked Eclipse last time, so I'll ask you one. How did, let's see here. What are the three options? Affect you, affect the community? Is there any other one? Three?
Affect the team.
Affect the team. How did I affect the team?
I think you're the glue that holds us together. Eclipse has like no real ties to that vengeance quest anymore. I achieved a grand quest, like several quests in an amazing one altogether, but without you as the hinge, like this would be the final issue of the Hopefuls. You are the glue that holds us together, and for that, I think I need to boost your confidence up by one.
Nice. Who's
And
next?
I think that means I need to ask Eclipse, you are the mortalist of us all. How did I affect the community?
I still feel really positively. Yeah. We got rid of all of the changelings that were kind of taking over. We lost a couple of neighborhoods, but omelets and eggs. So I think, I've got to raise your confidence too. Or would that be trust? I don't know. My instinct says confidence.
Trust is how others perceive the hero. Confidence is how they perceive themselves, if that helps.
Oh, yeah, maybe trust then, I guess. Maybe put it that way.
Cool. Yeah, who do you ask?
Which one didn't we ask? Oh, okay. Yeah. I want to keep the pattern going and ask Elaine or Threnody here. How did I affect you this session?
Oh, interesting. I think you've been a roller coaster for her. Like you wanted to go to hell, and it was clearly she could wrap her brain around it. And then you're so brutal to Donnie all the time. And just when she was like, okay, I gotta say something. And that gun, and she was so confused. And then all of a sudden, you're gonna get married. And I think she's confused, but she's super hopeful right now that it's gonna be okay. So positive. Like she needs it to be positive too. Does that make any sense? So I'm gonna, I don't know, like +1 trust because she needs that to be hopeful.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense to me.
Nice.
I do want to say I loved I sort of had in my planned out that she's probably going to go to Donnie and kind of make up with him now, and then you doing that framing that scene right before that, like, you got to move on, Donnie, this is really important. Yes, this is so much better now.
Oh, great. So this is definitely an end of a story arc. When you're at the end of a larger story, ask yourself the following questions. If you answer any of them with a yes, gain 1 XP. If you answer all of them with a yes, gain 2 XP. You're supposed to ask yourself. I'm going to ask you because I'm just like inserting myself in here to do the thing. Threnody.
Yes.
Did you improve things for yourself?
I think so.
I think so. Did you build stronger connections with your touchstones?
Oh, it's good to see Cerebellum again. I think my team is definitely all part of them. So Maya, Orem, I think Orem and I came to an agreement. So it's actually, and things are good with the endeavors. So
Yeah.
I actually kind of got everyone.
I think you did. Did you improve things for the city? I mean, kind of help
Yeah.
save it. So
Yeah.
that is 2 XP for you.
All right. Oh, we'll take them.
All right.
That gives me an advance.
Yay, you won. Did you improve things for yourself?
Yeah.
You're kind of a king now, so yeah, that's an upgrade. Did you build stronger connections with your touchstones?
At least Janos and Amara, if not Elflight as well. They have much to. They gained much for backing my very ill thought out plot.
Is cryptid?
She's from the Dead End Queens.
Oh gosh, we've never had cryptid in any single scene.
Nor Garrison. Several of these touchstones have never
Yeah.
shown at which.
Well, that is definitely a thorn for me. I will keep that in mind. And then, did you improve the things for the city?
Oh, we have a Fey ambassador program now. It's amazing. There's a castle. We have a Disney World that's more authentic than Disney World in a park. Dragon rides.
Hashtag dragon rides. Awesome. And then last but certainly not least, Eclipse. Did you improve things for yourself?
I would say that's close, but I would say probably yes.
I'm down for that. I think so. I think shedding the pain that kept you from moving on, like I definitely saw you overcome an obstacle and look for a healthier relationship with Donnie. So yeah, I think you've improved things for yourself. Did you build stronger connections with your touchstones?
Oh, interesting. Is Donnie a touchstone for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's your interested investor.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say yeah.
Oh, Honey Badger's another character that never showed up, as well as Frenchie, the French fry connoisseur. Man, missed opportunities. So much good NPCs there. Did you improve things for the city?
That's the easiest yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2 XP for you, and also just to say it officially for Yuan as well. And that will bring the mechanics of this session to a close. We'll go ahead and bring the recording to a close, and we'll do our normal post-session and playtest feedback stuff. So we'll stop the live stream here. Thank you all so much.